Falcon fans, and of course, Deboe Vibes
Yes,
in the
sir.
building talking
Debo!
Falcons football. You already know what it is. You already know what to do. One time for the fan. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast, YouTube, everywhere, man. We can start here doing the damn thing, talking Falcons football. Ain't nothing wrong with that. T Will from ATL Sports is
Up!
here in the building. Debo Vibes, the
Yes,
special
sir.
guest is here in the building with us. Back again on One
Yeah.
Time for the Fan. This ain't your first time now for fans here that's listening. Debo Vibes has been on the channel before, so we welcome back Debo Vibes. Debo,
Yes, sir. Glad to be
how's
here, man.
everything
Thank y'all
going
so
with you,
much.
man?
Man, hey, Jack Spade, T Will, the businessman in the business. I'd like to thank both of y'all for bringing me on, talk some dirty birds for a little bit, man. Anytime I can talk to Falcons, man, I'm here for it, man. So thank y'all for the invite, and let's get into it, man. I feel it.
Falcon fans hit that like. Falcon fans hit that share. Falcon fans hit that subscribe button for not only One Time for the Fan, but Debo Vibes. If you're
Yes, sir.
watching from Facebook, head over to YouTube, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Because it's free. Big shout out to T Will from ATL Sports. You heard what Debo said, man. One of the hardest working podcasters in the show business, man. That boy T Will in the building. T Will, how's everything going for you, sir?
Man, Debo and I had a show this morning. Debo done had me laughing all day. Oh my
With my answer, right?
God. So Jack, I was asking him this question. It was in the mythical Terry universe where the Falcons had just won the Super Bowl. You had taken your shirt off, ran onto the field. It's filled with confetti. Everybody's all elated with joy. What's the word you used? Undulating. Is that right? Check
Undulating
out
joy,
the
euphoria, absolute euphoria. Yes, sir.
euphoric, youthful exuberance, right? We're all caught up in the moment, Jack. And I set it up and I was like, so after all of that, are you forgiving Kirk Cousins? And you know what Debo says? Tell him what you said, Debo.
Bleep no.
Right,
Shit.
right, exactly. It was perfect.
And
It
it
was
it was very organic,
it was
and
quite
it came from the heart. I say it with my chest, and I mean it. 12 hours later, I mean it. So yeah, here we are. No, not whatsoever.
that was great. And then of course Lo and I did the Julio Jones Ballad of Forgiveness, which is great. You know, Lo and I always have, I mean, Lo's like your dude, Jack. So he's hilarious. He's funny. We had a great time. And now I'm here with One Time for the Fan. And hey man, hey, shout out to Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve, man, condolences. On your mom. I know about that personally. I know. Just lost her in May. So hey man, condolences to you and your family. Uncle Steve,
Yeah,
love you, man. We love you. We love your show. We love
Prayers up
you as
Uncle
a
Steven's
person.
family, man.
And we just
Definitely.
want to wish you well, brother. We just
much condolences. Absolutely, bro.
yes, we want to wish you well, Uncle Steve.
Well said.
Thank you. But
Shout
yeah,
out
man,
to
this is
T
a
Will
great time.
to
It's
his
a great
family.
time, Jack. We had fun. We had fun.
Big shout out to T Will for pointing that out too as well. Fans in the chat, DSGB Hall, Lisa Shepard, Deshaun Coswell, so
Lisa
many others. Hit that like, share, and subscribe
Johnson.
button. Tag your Falcons friends. Tell your Falcons family. Don't forget draft night coming up here in a couple weeks. We have a spectacular show for everybody that's going to be joining us. A lot of special guests. Debo, before we get started talking Falcons football, can we go ahead and extend the invitation to you, sir? Would you like to join us for draft night for just a couple minutes if you have on a couple time on your schedule, a little bit of time on your schedule to talk some Falcons
Man,
about draft?
absolutely, man. Anytime I can talk Falcons, particularly draft night, is a very pivotal night that night. Um, I would love to be here with you guys, man. Absolutely, yes, sir.
Man, that's gonna be great. So now we can add Debo Vibes now to the special guest list. We are jam packed with so many Falcon fans, a lot of content creators. Of course, our live giveaways that we're gonna be doing too as well. Carrie setting everything up. Don't know if it's gonna be every 30 minutes, every 45 minutes, every hour, but we're going live pretty early that day. T will. I was talking to Carrie. Carrie's like the super producer. We're trying to set it up because the
Greatest.
draft starts at 8.
Yeah.
The
So we
greatest.
wanted to do like 8 to 10:30 because the Falcons might pick around 9:30 ish. And
Right.
then I was sitting there thinking, like, you know what? Nah, let's do 7:30. Carrie said, you know what? Let's do 7:15. I said, you know what? Let's do 7 o'clock. Carrie said, you know what? Let's just do 2 p.m. From 2 p.m. to 11 o'clock is the entire podcast.
I
No,
know you lied.
I'm
I,
just playing.
I
I'm just
know
playing.
you lied.
I'm just
Shit, I did a 4.5 hour podcast last. I'm still sore from that.
Oh man,
I'm just
But
playing
guess
Falcon
what
fans.
though, Jack? Guess what?
What we got,
I
bro?
he
still
got it. He got it. He
You
got
got the
it.
hot
I
sauce.
knew.
Hold on,
He got the
let's
hot
zoom in on
sauce.
this one.
He got the
I
hot
Let's zoom
got
in
sauce.
on
that
this one.
thing on
T Will
me.
got that thing on him for a couple hours.
Got that thing on
About
me.
5-6 hour podcast. Keep that ready for draft night, T Will. We're gonna need that.
I got it.
T Will
I,
got that thing on him.
I
Oh,
got
he
that
stayed with
thing.
him. Yeah.
Shout out to Craig.
Hey, Falcon
Um,
fans in the chat. We just talking Atlanta Falcons football. Chat is live. Chat is lit. You know we love talking with everybody here on One Time for the Fan. DSGB Hall's in the chat, throwing around the red and black emojis. Lisa Shepard's in the chat. She'll be joining us on draft night too as
Lisa.
well. 7 p.m. to 11. That's the time frame right now. So many podcasters, content creators, fans that's going to be joining us. It's going to be a jam-packed show, so we want to make sure everybody's here. Don't forget about the live giveaways. The super chats that we've been getting goes toward the live donation, the live giveaway bin, and I'm pretty much going to match that. And we're going to give away some gifts that night. It's going to be great for all the fans that's in the chat watching One Time for the Fan and listening to One Time for the Fan. We'll give away the details on how to win on draft night. We're not going to give away the details right now. Yeah, some of y'all trying to get the advantage on some of these gifts. Nah. We ain't going to do it like that. Draft night, Carrie will let y'all know how you all can win or get a chance to win some really cool gifts and prizes that we're giving away here on One Time for the Fan. And we want to welcome the newest member of the Atlanta Falcons, whoever they select, Deboe at 15, or if they trade back. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. Matter of fact, Deboe, let's get straight to it, man.
Okay.
Falcons recently re-signed D. Alford, brought
Right.
him back here. So, Falcon fans already started hitting up social media about, is D offered a depth play? Is he going to be a guy that's going to make the 53-man roster? Or he's going to be a camp battle between Clark Phillips? Some are speculating that, with D Alford now in the mix, that they probably won't go corner. They probably won't go safety. They might be going edge rusher. This might be the move. It's going to play into our next segment here because we're going to talk about who Mel Kiper Jr. and other journalists are saying the Falcons could take at 15. But Deboe, your thoughts on the return of D Alford? What does it mean for the draft for the Falcons? And just, your overall thoughts and views so far of just this off-season free agency with the Dirty Birds.
Yeah, for sure. And me and T will talk about it early this morning, man. I think, and you said it perfectly a little bit ago, Jack. I think it's a dead play. It The more depth you have at corner, the better. And we play in a passing league, and particularly in slot. So I think that with D Alford being signed, with him being a slot, that's a good move right there. But more importantly, I think it's was a move that Jeff Albrecht, what I'm saying, really pushed on right there because he's all about speed. The more speed on the field, the better. But I do think it's a depth move. In reference to his play, in reference to him and Clark Phillips. Clark Phillips, I think he's an odd man out, to be honest with you, because we saw what happened when D'Alford got injured and Clark Phillips got in there and in the slot, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good. As well as him playing on the boundary wasn't good. So you gotta have some kind of insurance plan. I think D'Alford has that insurance plan, but I think it's a def move. And as for in reference to the draft, which we'll talk about a little bit, I don't think it's going to sway this decision of if we get edge rusher, linebacker, or a cornerback. My move would be a corner, and I got a guy in my head. I talked to him earlier, who I think the Falcons should draft, but what we gotta see. But this is a move right here that has to be signed up by a defensive coordinator and bring back D. Alford. He saw something in D. Alford to bring him back. We all saw what D. Alford did, what he didn't do, and more importantly, during the season. And sometimes he was there, to make the key play, the pivotal plays. Other plays, i.e., the Minnesota Vikings, where he got twisted around. We saw that D offer too. So what D offer are we getting? Are we going to get the good D offer or the bad D offer? So I do think it's a def move. The more corners that you have, the better. But I don't think it's going to sway the decision on what the Falcons going to do in this upcoming draft right here. So that's how I think about it. Think about it right there. D offer, he's familiar with organization. But at the same time, it's a new defensive coordinator. We've had our fourth defensive coordinator in 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, but as you know, so Jeff Arthur might have saw something in the film to say, hey, something bring this guy back right here. Jerry Gray had to sign off on it. Raheem had to sign off it, and Terry Fontenot had to sign off on it. So bring him in, see what happens. But it's to be determined what happens in camp as far as that slot position right there. If we can bring somebody in to challenge him for that position. And to be honest with you, both of you guys, T. Will and Jack, I think we can. I think we can bring someone else in here to challenge him for that.
Falcon fans, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. Deboe Vibes in here talking Falcons football with us. Deboe, you mentioned, the couple plays that D. Alford had last season where fans were pointing out. Deboe, you know football. A lot of players in the NFL has had a couple bad plays here and there, right? It's about
Right.
getting the next play right. It's about getting the next series right. It's about getting back over there and communicating with your guys and knowing that there is another play, right? That they can get back out there and live another day. So for the Falcon fans that have, pointed out some things on Twitter about D. Alford, I think, D. Alford probably knows that too as well. Every player has to get better. Debo,
Right.
if I'm a running back out there, right, and this is my second year, I know to be on the level of where Saquon Barkley is, right? To be
Right.
on the level of where some of these other running backs that's played the game so well, I have to be better. I have to keep practicing. I have to find ways, to raise the bar at running back, even for a wide receiver. If I want to get those Julio Jones numbers and those Jerry Rice numbers, and I want to be a championship wide receiver that won the Super Bowl 2-3 times down the line, or Michael Irvin or something like that, I have to push
Right.
myself and get better. So same for D. Alford, same for Grady Jarrett, same for any player that's in the NFL. They
Mm.
all have to get out there, continue practicing, because even for Calais Campbell at the part of where he is in his career, he
Right.
knows that he has to get out there and still work on some things to sharpen up. So that goes for every player. That goes for the coaches too as well. We cannot count out the coaches and the scheme that we saw last year with Jimmy Lake. I think some of y'all saw the Justin Simmons interview with Kay Adams. Didn't sound like he was too happy about the defense last year too as well. Goes to what we talked about earlier in the offseason with how Jimmy Lake kind of responded at the end of the year with some of these guys. And I know we was getting some pressures and getting some sacks, but in the secondary we were still getting ate up a lot. I mean, the Sam Darnold game, even the Washington game too as well.
Right.
Even that Ritter game came down to the end of the wire where we have to look at that Raiders game. So Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We got a good guy in here named T. Will who knows how to talk Falcons football. Does that so well.
T. Will.
T. Will, we're not going to talk about the Braves. Did we get a score of the Braves? Matter of fact, before
It's
we
0-0 right now.
Yeah,
is it still 0-0 with the Phillies?
It's still still 0-0 as we speak.
Braves, look at them trying to fight. Look
Yeah.
at the Braves trying to fight.
Yeah.
The Bravos, man, they doing it. They
They had a
they
comeback win the other night too as well. That was sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was, man. Great game. Great. We needed it. We definitely needed it. But
T. Will, Glow
yeah.
Man, your thoughts on Glow Man being back in the building? You see DSGB Hall in the chat. Team Glow. Big shout to D Alford too
Team
as well, man.
Glow in the building. Hey, man, I'm excited about it. I would imagine, and it's not just D, but if you look at D and Justin Simmons specifically, they did not have years that they would customarily have, right? So that lets you know how bad. And again, I don't coach, I don't play the game, I never played the game, so take this within context. Jimmy Lake sucked. Okay, no other way to say it. No other
You
way to
haven't
say
said
it.
Donkey Hooters in a long time too.
I haven't. I was saving that one, saving that one. But no, in all seriousness, guys, that Jimmy Lake scheme did not fit the personnel. And clearly there were a lot of people confused by it. And I think D. Alford was one of them because on a couple of those plays, specifically one in Minnesota, and Jack, you and I have talked about this, D's going off on Clark Phillips like, okay, where are you supposed to be? And that one play where he's stumbling around, it's because there's supposed to be safety help behind him. Or he thinks there's supposed to be safety help behind him.
A lot of miscommunication on a lot of those plays versus the Vikings. I can tell you that.
Correct. Because they didn't necessarily, like, they weren't comfortable with the scheme. They were not comfortable with the scheme. So I tend to think that D is a better player than what we saw last year. You could say that about Justin Simmons, not just D. Alford. You could say that about 3 or 4 guys. Who's got Judon covering 9 routes? Like, get the hell out of here. Like, what are we? 9 routes? Really? We
also some things within the secondary to the line. You're right, Terry. You're right.
You cover him on the post, Judon. That's all you. I'm just saying.
Right.
Okay. So bottom line is I think with an experienced defensive coordinator who has common sense, I think the personnel that we have are competent and they can get it done. And quite candidly, Jack, I would love to see Justin Simmons come back. Let's run it back. Like you in space. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. Okay, y'all got that one. Let's run it back. We're gonna get this one this time. Let's go. So I look it. I'm excited about it. But what I think it does is it frees us up to go edge rusher or linebacker who can run, which, in my humble opinion, we really need day one of the draft. We need that. We need to trade down. We need to trade down. But at the end of the day, we either need a big ugly, a linebacker who can run, or an edge rusher who can get there. Just my thoughts.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons going down in a major way. Of course, you know the chat over here talking Falcons football. Big shout out to Smooth C in the chat. Sullivan's here in the chat. Deshaun Coswell. Yuri's in the chat. Probably has some
Yuri.
5-star restaurant
Yuri.
off the coast.
Probably eating steak right now.
Yeah, he's in another
Karina.
country. Big shout out to Yuri in the chat. We got a diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. Oh, come on. The Falconator. Mets
What up,
fans.
Benny?
Let's go Braves. You know
What
he
up?
wants us to beat the Phillies. He's over there repping the Mets. Big shout out to the Falconator in the chat. He is a diehard Atlanta Falcon fan too as well. DSGB Hall's in the chat. Braves been leaving runners in scoring position all night. Terry, what's up with that, man? This is
Their Achilles heel. That's their Achilles heel. That's been all year. Their Achilles heel, leaving runs in scoring position, and I don't get it. I don't get it. Their Achilles heel.
T-Will, what's going on with the Braves, man?
They got to figure it out.
Shit.
One thing they did last night that I liked, they played small ball. They bunted. They did sacrifice flies. Like, I like that. Sometimes that's what you got to do. You know, you're not always going to look. These pitchers get paid too. They get paid good money. Sometimes, if as long as everybody's not trying to go downtown or hit a home run or swing from back to Black Panther, okay, then, you know, look, sometimes you just want to put the ball in play. Mm-hmm. And we've not done a good job of doing that this year. Last night, we took a step forward. Today, it looks like we're in a tough one. But, hey, it's still 0-0. It's the top of the sixth. It's anybody's ball game. Let's go Braves.
Hey, let's go Braves. Chop on.
I think Karina's at the game tonight, right? Karina, are you at the game or no? Either she was at the game last night or she might be there tonight. I don't know. Hey, man, Karina, let me tell you something. Karina, that is an ATL sports fan.
Die hard.
Karina gets after it, okay? Braves, Hawks, Falcons, United. She gets after it. Okay, so she is at the game. Yeah. Ah, shit. What was it?
Falcon fans in the chat, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Head on over to Deboe Vibes YouTube page, social media. Hit the follows, hit the likes, hit the subscribe. Great content coming from Deboe Vibes. Of course, T-Will, former ATL Sports, one time for the fan is here. Talking Falcons football, just a little bit about D. Alford as we get ready to bring up the Scott Karisic-led 2025 Atlanta Falcons depth chart projection. Of course, with D. Alford being back into the mix here too as well. A camp battle is probably going to ensue between D. Alford, Natron Brooks, Clark Phillips. It's looking like AJ Terrell, Mike Hughes is possibly going to be there too as well. Mike Ford, I believe he's going to be on that team with the special teams. They brought him in here for a reason. Also could be playing in that outside position with Mike Hughes too as well. Mike Ford. Let's see, D. Alford. One thing I do have to point out here, that with the re-signing of D. Alford 2 weeks before the draft, there's still a couple positions that the Falcons could go get, seeing how you have Arnold Ebiketie on the last year of his deal. Of course, DeAngelo Malone running that corner around there too as well. And you have a couple guys that the Falcons are probably, you know, they're pretty high on, but they still have to see get out there and play football, which is Brandon Doris, Ruka Aurora. David Amiata, he's still here on the team. I don't know if the Falcons are going to cut him, wait post June 1st to cut him, or what the decision is, but he seems to be the veteran in that room outside of Contavia Street. And Leonard Floyd, too, is on the edge. It seems as though the Falcons could be setting up to go after a player in the draft that people in the chat are mentioning right now. Craig is in the chat mentioning it. Yuri's in the chat mentioning it. And, of course, a lot of Falcon fans have shared this too as well. The Draft Network putting out their edit of a guy named Mike Green, Deboe Vibes.
Yes, sir.
Could this be at 15? And there's a lot of fans going to show up to the Benz on draft night. There's a lot of fans that's going to go to the draft in Green Bay this year. There's fans that's going to be in here on One Time for the Fan in the chat on the panel talking Falcons football. And they're expecting right now a defensive player. Of course, the talks of, Kelvin Banks could be in play, or they're looking at offensive tackles or doing their due diligence on offensive players or
Right.
offensive linemen.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, a lot of people are circling this guy that I have on the screen, Deboe Vibes. Your thoughts on Mike Green? Could he be the pick right now? Some fans kind of threw him out the picture when the allegations came out. And,
Right.
don't forget, those are all things that happened in the past. And, of course, with the NFL and these teams and these owners and these GMs, they check into these things, right? They get their investigators, they get their people involved to find out what's going on. Mike Green has answered multiple questions about this. He's never denied anything. He's stood on business about everything that he said. But this is, once again, these are just allegations. But for
Right.
you, Deboe Vibes, Mike Green could be the guy at 15. Your thoughts on that? How he could impact the Falcons, pretty much defense for next season if you
Yeah,
select.
yeah. I think it's going to come down if they stand pat at 15, it's going to come down to Mike Green or James Pierce, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I think to answer your question, Jack, I would love Mike Green in an Atlanta Falcons uniform to see what this man's done. And he's a physical specimen. He's speed, he's fast, which Jeff Albert likes. And to see what everything he did last year, I know we got a sample size last year of what he did. A lot of people saying, well, he did at Marshall. He might have did at Marshall, but at the same time, he's still playing against another other D1 competition. Let's not forget they played Ohio State at Ohio State, and he sacked Howard twice at Ohio State. So I would be elated about Mike Green coming in. And we got Mike Green on one side, and on the other side, you might have, whatever, Epic Katie, whoever case may
Leonard
be.
Floyd every now and then.
And, yeah, Leonard Floyd. And I'm glad you brought him up, man. I think Leonard Floyd is a great pickup, an awesome pickup. He doesn't have that much trade on tire. And a lot of time about he's a washed up guy. This man, he's been at a couple of teams. Well, this will be his 15, I believe. His 15 with the NFL. But you have Leonard Floyd on one side, you got Arnold Ebiketie on the other side, or Mike Green on the other side, and then you elevate that pass rush to a different level. And when you do that right there, if we can get to the quarterback, that's the main thing, Jack. Because last year, there's so many times we almost got to the quarterback, almost. We didn't have a closer. There was never a closer to get to the quarterback. Where we need right now to the element, then we get to the quarterback. So if we get Mike Green at 15, I wouldn't be mad at all. I would not be mad whatsoever. And I get it. I understand that everybody's concerned about the off-field issues, like you touched on a second ago. Those off-field issues have been addressed. And so, with that being said, bro, man, if they pick Mike Green from Marshall at 15, I'd be ecstatic about it because you got another speed element to what Jeff Albrecht is doing. And I think he's a 3-down guy. I think he's a 3-down guy and a guy who can stay on the field for the defense. So if we got Mike Green at 15, then yeah, I would totally be on board with that for sure.
How do you reward your defensive coordinator? I'm sorry, Terry. Your new defensive coordinator. Well, old new defensive coordinator, Terry. He's been here before. You go get him a defensive guy in the draft. You go get him a guy that the next couple of years, Jeff Ulbrich can say, I'm finna game plan around this guy. And you talked about Leonard Floyd too as well, Deboe Vibes. Glad we also brought him up. 8.5 sacks last year for Leonard Floyd, 10 the year before, 9 the year before that, 9 the year before that, 10 the year before that. All he got to do is just get going. That's all he got to do is get going. You're talking about a finisher and a closer. Leonard Floyd could be a small missing piece that we needed on the defensive line just to help with Arnold Ebiketie and D'Angelo Malone and some of the younger guys. Don't forget we talked about the veterans that's still in the building. There's no more Grady. You got AJ that's over there, right? You got Jesse Bates who's back there too as well. And David Amiyata, that seems to be the move right now. And then Leonard Floyd. Bringing in a young guy like Mike Green. You saw what Mike Green did last season too as well for Marshall Falcon fans. This kid is phenomenal. And if the Falcons did their homework the way that I think we did our homework, then you can't go wrong with selecting a guy like Mike Green. Has he been on one time for the fans draft board? Yes. Has he been moving up and down one time for the fans draft board? Yes, because of
Yeah.
what happened off the field, and he was how the combine, pro day, and all that stuff. We just wanted to find out how the Falcons, how much they were interested in Mike Green a week ago versus now. Totally different now. A week,
Right.
a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I wouldn't put Mike Green on my top three. Now, I can put Mike Green on my top three.
Right.
I'm sitting there on draft night. I'm just going to fast forward to draft night where they could say Mike Green is selected at 15. Fans are saying trade back and get Mike Green. This is not the mock draft simulator. As much as we want that to happen, you don't want a Mike Green ending up in Pittsburgh or Green Bay because you traded back thinking, oh, he's going to be there at 22. He'll be there at 23. Another team will pass on him because of the rumors. Do not think that, because you don't want a team like the Eagles jumping up there saying, "Oh, Mike Green's there. Let me go get us some Mike Green." And this is for Falcon fans that's big on defense. Jalen Walker, Mike Green, Malachi Starks, Micaiah Williams, James Pierce Jr. We just named all defensive players. Those players should be on your draft board come draft night, because I Deboe Vibes, myself, Terry, these are some of the players that could be selected. If you go on offense, Deboe Vibes, give me one offensive player on draft night that can shake the pot for the Falcons. One offensive player.
For with the first with our pick.
Say, whoa. Yeah.
Oh.
The fans would say, whoa, they never saw this happen. They never saw this coming.
I can totally. That's a great question, Jack, and I can totally see this happening, man. I can totally see the Falcons drafting Luther Burton Jr. From the wide receiver from Missouri at 15. I can see it. What from the wow factor, from what you said, the wow factor. You know what I'm saying? Wow, as you say. You know what I'm saying, man. But I can totally see the Falcons going out again. Luther Burton Jr. From the wide receiver from Missouri. If we had to do offense, that would be one position right there. I think that would do. It's a Falcon thing to do, so to speak. You know, so that's. But knock on wood. Yeah, it's knock on wood. That's a great point, Jack. That's what I'm saying, man. Like that could happen right there. But that will be an eye opening thing right there if we got that individual. There are a lot of offensive pieces out there in the draft, a lot of talent, non-quarterback. I mean, we don't got a handful of quarterbacks in this draft right here. That's elite as compared to last year. But if there was an eye opening one, it'll be that right there. I'm sorry, guys. Terry going quarterback at 15.
That offensive tackle, them doing work on offensive tackles, kind of gets you thinking maybe McGarry might be a piece they get up out of here soon, or they want to go get a young guy. Jake Matthews coming to the end of his career. The Kelvin Banks from Texas moves kind of have you like, it could happen. You know, I think the dude from Missouri, the Armand guy, probably the Falcons might pass on that one too as well. But there's always a shocker you got to watch for, Falcon fans. But this year I'm going with defense. Defense. Terry, you're big on defense too as well. We talked about Mike Green a couple podcasts ago. Now the Mike Green conversation seems to be coming up a lot more now with the talks of Jeremy Fowler and some of these other reporters saying that at 15, it's Mike Green to the Falcons. You saw his tape last year, Terry. You know what this kid did at Marshall. Could this be the player that we are mentioning on draft night, Terry? Terry, I think you're muted. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, subscribe.
Sorry about that.
Yep.
To Deboe, my God, they better not draft a damn wide receiver. They better.
I pray they don't. We are talking about Terry Fontenot and the Falcons.
Every table in this room will be flipped over, monitors and all. If they absolutely every table in this house.
That's a lot of broken Dell computers
flipped over. If they better look okay.
Or Acers.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say what they won't do because I learned my lesson with that. But hey, man, look it. In my humble opinion, we need defense. We need defense. We need pillars on defense. We need to build on defense. You need either an edge rusher, a big ugly on defense, which is a defensive tackle, or a linebacker who can run. One of those three is acceptable. If you got a stud safety like the boy from Georgia and he's there, that's fine. Personally, I want to trade back. You need at least 5 picks. 5 picks, at least 3 starters from this draft. You're not going to get that in the 7th round. You have 3 picks and 2 lottery tickets. And, hey, you can play lotto if you want. You're probably not going to win. So at 15, we need to trade down. Maybe 21, maybe 22. The Chargers got 11 picks or whatever. Maybe they're willing to do it. You really got to think about it. Look, if you think Mike Green is a generational player, then okay, but you better be right. You got essentially 3 picks and 2 lottery tickets. So if you don't trade down, everybody you pick in those first 3 rounds, they better start. What's up, Deboe? What you got?
Yeah, my bad. Lisa Shepard brought up a good point. If we trade back, is Green expected to be there? I don't think he'll be there. But to your point, T. Will, if we trade back, the generational player that we want, particularly pass rusher edge, will they be there? That's my question.
You got other defensive linemen. You got Jahad Campbell. You got. Let me tell you something. I don't mind best player available on defense. Right. Mm-hmm. I don't mind that on defense. So if the kid from Georgia's there at 21 and you've looked at everybody else, you don't want to reach on anybody, fine. Take the kid from Georgia. What up, Jack?
The cool thing about this is you have a large amount of talent that is out there in the first round, from Jalen Walker to Jahad Campbell to Mike Green. What is going on here? Is StreamYarding again?
Yeah, looks like
we got.
Oh God,
getting some latency.
StreamYard's out here StreamYarding again.
Yeah, it's doing its thing.
Hold on, let me close some of these screens. I think StreamYard might be StreamYard. Hold on a second here. All right, you good? Everybody back?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Can y'all hear me? Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We hear
you.
Okay.
Yeah. Just want to make sure. Yeah, I had to close out some of these screens. I just want to make sure. Yeah, just want to make sure StreamYard wasn't messing up too bad. But yeah, with Mike Green, with some of these players that you have in the first round, Jalen Walker, Michael Williams, James Pierce Jr., even if you do trade back, you're going to get the player that you want. BPA right now, if it's a defense, if you're leaning toward pass rusher, I got about 3 to 5 pass rushers you can get in the first round or the second round that I think fans would be comfortable with. Mm-hmm. If you're going after, a tackle, if you're going after a corner, some fans might be a little bit shocked at that, but they're probably trying to build, a significant amount of depth for the future. But if you're looking at Mike Green, is he in play here for the Falcons? I think he is. If you're looking at Jalen Walker, could he be in play? I think he is. Anywhere on that edge rushing side of the field, I'm looking at some of these players like the Falcons could easily draft these guys. Now, if they trade back Mike Green, there's only 2 solid pass rushers that I think will be in that top 15, and it's going to be Mike Green and Abdul Carter from Penn State. And the Falcons would have to make that move to say if they trade back, will Mike Green be there? That's a tough decision to make. But Jahad Campbell could be there. Jalen Walker could be there. And you can't miss on those guys either. And Falcon fans should feel happy if the Falcons select Jahad Campbell or Jalen Walker. Even Michael Williams. Maybe they 2 for 1 this year and try to get 2 defensive players by trading back. Let's just say they trade from 15. Let's use the mock draft simulator, right? Terry, Deboe, you guys seen the mock draft, right? At 15, teams come calling. No matter if you're, if you're in the top 10, if you're in the top 20, teams will call you. The mock draft that we did earlier this year, we had multiple teams calling us at 15. The Green Bay Packers gave us like 3 picks to move up to 15. The Minnesota Vikings in another draft, mock draft simulator we did, gave us like 2 or 3 picks. The Cleveland Browns, the Cardinals, people were calling to get 15. If Mike Green is off the board before 15, if Abdul Carter is off the board before 15, if even Jalen Walker is off the board before 15, for me, if I'm the GM, I'm going to say, look, maybe I want to trade back, collect anything between 20 to 25. Like Terry said, get 2 more pieces that you know can put on the field week 1.
Right.
Go get you a Princely from Old Miss. Go get you the young man from Boston College. Go get you the young kid from Michigan, the defensive tackle. Now my BPA has totally changed. If edge rusher was my get and go, and I can't get that at 15, now I can go ahead and trade back, and I can collect multiple pieces because I didn't get my edge rusher right there at 15.
Right.
But I see players, even the young man from Oregon, pairing him with Dorless and Rook Harmon. You are talking about there is a large list of great defensive talent coming out of college that can help this Falcons team.
Right.
So either it's Mike Green or it's not. I'm all for it, man.
Right. But back to both of you guys' point, man. We're looking for generational talent that can help this team for the next 7, 8, 10 years, right? If we go back to pick 22, 23, 25, etc., will that talent still be there?
Well, I think Deboe, to be quite candid with you, I think it's about, we got to talk about development, right?
Right.
Because at some point we can go round and round and round, but at some point we got to talk about developing the guys that we have here, right? I think that we have the team in place to develop these guys. So, and Deboe makes a good point. Look, if you're talking about generational talent, I get it, but you better be right. Or they could look at it like, well, maybe this guy's not generational, but maybe we can make him really good. Maybe we can coach him up. And guess what? The second and additional third round picks that we get, maybe we can coach them up. Maybe we can turn our 3 picks in the first 5 rounds into 5 picks, and maybe we can get 3 starters. Again, look it. I like Mike Green. I'm not going to. It's about to be 2-1. Brady's about to go up 2-1, by the way. But I'm okay either way, Deboe. I'm okay either way. Like if they go Mike Green at 15, I'm not mad at it. You because we do need an edge rusher. It's a position of need. I get it. But they could also look to trade back. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would not be mad if they took that safety.
Are you passing on a guy with 17 sacks from last season?
No,
lifting offensive tackles like Darth
no,
Vader.
I'm not.
That's Mike Green, and let's not talk about what he did in Senior Bowl.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Not a senior. What's the senior? Yeah, Senior Bowl. Yeah.
I'm not saying you're not right, but by the same token, you can get one guy that's great and otherworldly, or maybe you can get 4 guys that are really good that you can coach up. Because I'm looking at the sum of the parts being greater than the whole, right? In other words, maybe we can take 3 or 4 really good guys and make them into a great defense. We already have pieces. We got pieces that can perform. Anyamata wasn't bad last year. He's not top liver.
But he's old. He's old though.
He is old. He can help coach up these guys with you. I'm not mad either way. I'm saying there are other pieces that are out there that we can put together cumulatively to get a good defense. At the end of the day, the money, everything we got is on the offensive side. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Right. So when we draft, Deboe,
I wonder why. No, go ahead.
He kills me with these responses, man. It's like he's hilarious. But look it. You got an offense that's probably going to score 30 points a game. I mean, that's not a stretch. So if you got especially if we can jump out on teams and get a lead. And I like Kenneth Grant. I like Kenneth Grant a lot. I like him, and he could be there at 22. Because and matter of fact, Jack, if we got time, can we do a quick mock draft right quick?
I was so getting ready to do one.
That's awesome.
Just to see if I could, but let me see here.
And you know what? Since Deboe is our esteemed guest, let's just let him pick. Let's let Deboe be the GM. Deboe, you're the GM.
Hey, I can't do no worse. I can't do no worse than Terry, bro.
I'm gonna tell you something. You better not damn pick a wide receiver. Now, you
Luther Burton, wide receiver, Missouri.
Fans hit that like, share,
you better not.
In the chat.
You better not.
Football. Let's do a little housekeeping here to catch up. Deboe Vibes, special guest, talking Falcons football with us here tonight. Michael's in the chat. Thanks so much for getting back to me. Now I can do what I need to do. Big shout out to Michael sending over
Mike,
the
shout out, man.
care package
Appreciate you.
from Puerto Rico. Dwayne
Puerto
representing the
Rico.
chat, checking in from the West Coast. We got fans from Nevada, fans from Texas. We got fans from Canada, fans from Cali in the building, from all over, man. Season ticket holders, rep your section in the chat too as well. So many comments that we're going to put up here on the screen too as well. Georgia Texas boy said, or Derek Harmon, IMO at the Forest Buckner comp. Yeah, Derek Harmon from Oregon. That is a guy to watch for too as well. People mentioning Kenneth Grant, people mentioning Walter Nolan, all defensive stud that we can get to help this Atlanta Falcons team going forward. And don't forget, these are rookies, guys. We're not putting to say, oh, these guys are going to come out with 50 sacks. These guys are going to be Hall of Famers by year 2. No, we're getting young guys that we know have to help with the Falcons going forward. Debo?
Yeah. What quick question? Just out of curiosity, right now, do we not have a log jam, so to speak, with the interior defensive line?
Well, let's bring up Scott's diagram, Jack. Take a look at it.
Just out of curiosity.
Oh, it's all good, brother.
I would say
you're the GM.
Somewhat, yeah. I think they're putting a lot of attention on that front.
It's okay.
There could be.
Look, it's Jack. It's Terry Fontenot's other cousin.
Shit.
It's Terry Fontenot's
Deboe Fontenot.
Deboe.
Good Lord.
Deboe F baby. That's it.
Here we go.
Okay, what we got? Let me go.
So you got Rook Aurora, you got Brandon Dorless, you got David Amiati, you got Tyquan Graham, Contavia Street, Khalid Kareem. How are they going to play him more inside, or if he's going to play on the edge, however, and Lakel London. I think the big addition of Morgan Fox too as well is going to help them out. Right. There is still a lot of muscle in this front to where I would say, Debo, I'm just going to go off of just a guess here. At 15, randomly, I'm not taking my tackle. Right? It's just
exactly. Yes, sir. Yeah. I totally agree. I would let have Walter Nolan, bro, but I'm just looking at the log jam we have right there, and we don't know where we're gonna get our Rook. We don't know what we're gonna get. Definitely don't know what we got our Dorless, So, and we got what I'm saying, TQ Graham, who is rotational, and Contavia Street. Mm-hmm. So, I get it. I totally get it about Walter Nolan, and as someone just said in the chat, Walter Nolan, I get it, but I think that if we want to make this defense where it needs to be, there are other pieces that we can utilize in other positions to get to the point where we need to be. That's what I'm saying from my standpoint.
A quick question: looking at who got at safety, right? Am I looking at that right?
You got Jesse Bates, you got Jordan Fuller, DeMarco Helms, and don't forget the Justin Simmons situation. I was getting ready to talk about that too as well.
That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. So because they could re-sign, I know he wants to go to the Eagles, but if we re-sign Justin Simmons, to me, that pretty much takes the safety out of Georgia, out of this, to me, in my humble opinion. I wouldn't be mad if you could get Justin for a reasonable deal. I wouldn't be mad at it. But what that would do if you go ahead and sign him, to me, that definitely screams edge rusher, linebacker, or big ugly in the first round. Whatever you pick in the first round, it's got to hit, man. It's got to hit. It's got to be a starter day one.
To look quickly at what they got: Leonard Floyd, 2-year deal. Brandon Trice coming back from injury. Arnold Ebiketie contract, end of year. D'Angelo Malone contract. You need an edge rusher to go for here as on your rookie contract for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like Rook Aurora is still going to be here for the next 2 years. Brandon Dorless here for the next couple years. Tyquan's under that 1 year. David Amiata, however we're going to work him. They could go get their nose tackle to replace Grady, or they can wait till the second round. They can draft a guy next year still with Brandon Dorless and Rook under contract. Yeah. Zach Harrison too as well. He's going to be here. But Leonard Floyd's here for 2 years. Trice is coming back from injury. We haven't seen him play much.
Right.
Arnold Ebiketie and D'Angelo Malone. How are you going to shape it out with them? I see them probably drafting an edge rusher. It's just leaning toward edge. That's why I think the Mike Green talks is in play. I'm sorry about Josh Woods. I'm not going to throw him in the mix here or anything. But Arnold Ebiketie, D'Angelo Malone, Floyd, and Trice is so leaning toward Mike Green for this draft pick.
Yeah.
Because if Ebiketie goes this year, if Malone goes this year, guess who's here next year? Leonard Floyd and who else? Mike Green,
Yeah.
Brandon Dorless, Ruka Roar, Zach Harrison, Morgan Fox. You feel what I'm saying? Like you can kind of shape it out. Berling Trice. So I see why the Mike Green talks could be in play, even for
Right.
Harmon, any defensive player. I think they had an interview or a workout with James Pierce. So we're throwing some players in the mix. The Mike Green talks is picking up. So Falcon fans, that's kind of big. I'm gonna get to the mock draft here shortly for Deboe Vibes. One thing we do have to talk about too. Terry mentioned it. Justin Simmons on if he could return too as well to the Atlanta Falcons. Fans would probably love it to have him back with Jeff Ulbrich, a new defensive coordinator here. No more
Yeah.
Jimmy Lake, so run it back. As Terry said earlier, let's try to run it back. Same thing I told Justin Simmons at the end of the season when he was walking out the game. I was like, bro, run it back. Like you got to run it back, bro. Like come on, you got to run it back. Like this. I know you want to go to a different team. People want to move around, and you got agents and all this stuff who call other teams and try to work deals. Nah, bro, run it back. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to Justin Simmons if he does, make the decision to come back to the Falcons. If not, and he moves on, it just sucks that it couldn't work out. But he is a solid player. He gave a lot of shout outs to Jesse Bates and some of the other players on the team, and of course Michael Penix. So that's good to hear Justin Simmons talk highly of Michael Penix.
3-2.
What's up?
3-2 Phillies.
Oh man,
Bryce Harper just hit a 2-run homer.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, bro. He has blasted that thing. Yeah, center field.
He was looking dead red, man. He was looking dead red.
Of all
Also,
people,
the
Bryce
reports-
Harper, bro.
The reports too of Michael Penix working with a lot of veteran quarterbacks, past quarterbacks that played here in the NFL. Matt Ryan being one of them. Who knows?
Right.
They might bring around Peyton Manning or some other guys to help him out. But it's good to see that they're putting a lot of faith in the kid. It's cool, Terry. It's what 48 minutes. Deboe Vibes.
Yes, sir.
48 minutes into the podcast. We didn't even mention Kirk Cousins. There's no Kirk Cousins news. We got to talk about him. We don't have to talk about him.
We got
We
to.
actually have other things to discuss.
Do we? Thank you. Thank you.
Come on,
Thank you,
Falcons fans.
Jesus.
Look what
Thank
we're
you.
doing here on One Time for the Fans.
Thank you.
50 minutes into the podcast, and we don't have to talk about.
Because I'm like T. Will. I'm working on my cousin, and if we brought up Kurt, that it wouldn't be it wouldn't. Yeah. Let's proceed. Thank you so much, Jack Spade. I appreciate that.
One thing I do
Such a
want
yes. Thank
to
you.
do as
Looking
well.
for the fresh air.
Thank you.
Y'all over here
T. Will
stressing out
talked about-
GM Debo.
Sheesh.
Stressing
T. Will
him out.
mentioning how this offense could possibly put up, 20 plus 30 points next year. Look at the Falcons' schedule for next year. Now the schedule hasn't dropped, but these are the opponents. The
Mhm.
Panthers, we've had, our division, troubles with these guys in the past, Panthers, Saints, Bucks, but I think this year could be totally different with the Falcons winning the division. Rams going to be a tough team too as well. Seahawks going to be a tough team. Bills going to be a tough game. Falcons should come out there and start beating up on these Dolphins. You should be beating up on these Cardinals, on these 49ers, on these Patriots, on these Jets, on these Colts. New look Vikings too as well. You never know what's going to happen over there. You just got to cover Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson from what I see.
Yeah.
But from what I'm looking at, Terry, you're right, man. Some of these teams the Falcons play next year, we could be putting up, 20, 30 points with Michael Penix, Drake London eating, Mooney eating, Bijan Robinson eating, number 8 eating, Kyle Pitts. So Falcon fans, this could be a good year for us. So just continue being patient this offseason. Of course, the schedule should be out in about a month and some change, around May 15th, May 16th, 17th. They drop the schedule. So we get a chance to see where we will be playing, what time and what date. But let's just say we start the schedule next year, Deboe Vibes, with the Colts, right? Let's just say we get the Colts away first, and then we go to New York week 2. We come home for the Dolphins, and then we go on the road to the Cardinals, and then we go on the road to the Pats.
Mhm.
Man, that should be a 5-0, man. 4-0.
It should.
Should be jumping out the gate early, man.
It should, but it should. But you go down the list one more time. I mean, you got the Colts. I think that's me personally. I think the Colts that'd be an easy win right there because of the quarterback situation. That's me personally. Anthony Richardson is not the dude, in my opinion. Great talent, but not the dude. So I think that's an easy win right there. And you said, let's say we say the Jets right there, New York Jets. That'll be a win because another they have no quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Fields ain't that dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're gonna bring another person. I don't even think Justin Fields is gonna start, to be honest with you.
Yeah, camp battle.
It's gonna be a camp battle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at 2-0. And so with that being said right there, we're starting 2-0. And let's say the Patriots, Drake May, maybe maybe Travis Hunter as a receiver. They draft Travis Hunter, but all tea leaves, everybody's talking about maybe Travis Hunter might go to the Cleveland Browns at 2 this year. But I think we're gonna run over the Patriots right there just by defense alone right there.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the other scenario? So that's 3-0. That's
Mm-hmm.
3-0.
Let's go to
Hypothetically,
San Fran. They're 6-11. Brock Purdy doesn't seem to be the answer. This might be Kyle Shanahan's last stink with the Cardinals. I mean, with the 49ers. Going to San Fran.
going to San Fran, no Deboe. Like you said, the whole thing, the Brock Purdy thing. Yeah, I think we got them boys, and they traded away some key pieces on the defense as well, right? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay, all right, Jack, all right, I'm picking up what you're putting
I'm
down.
on to
4-0,
something right now,
okay,
man. I'm telling you.
okay,
You better not
okay,
let me set the schedule because that's the first 4 games of the season.
right.
And then niggas will
What's
bring you
what's the
back to
fifth one?
house. The Dolphins at the house.
Oh, dude, you were talking about blowout.
Trying to set up the 5-0 before we go play the Commanders.
That you know what that setup right there is a blowout. Is a blowout. And seriously speaking though, man, I don't know what you gentlemen think about it, man, but when I think about the Dolphins, the first thing I think about is Tua Tagovailoa. This man should not be playing football no more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say it. I mean, this dude should not be playing football no more. So and more than likely, in a third or fourth week, he might be injured. You know what I mean? So you bring in the quarterback. Who did get the quarterback from? He was a Jets quarterback, and then he went out of Denver. Zach
Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
He might be the starting quarterback when we face them. 5-0, sir. I think you're right. I think you might be on something. 5-0. 5-0.
We haven't even went over, the new roster moves these teams have made. How the NFL looks at these teams. Of course, on paper versus on the field is totally different. We did it a couple times here on
Right.
one time saying we're going to be undefeated at the end of the season, and that didn't happen. But we're diehard Atlanta Falcons fans. This is what we do.
Absolutely.
The Panthers, Bryce Young. To see the NFC South and how it's going to be shaping out. The Panthers with Bryce Young, the Saints probably with Derek Carr, and it could be Shedeur Sanders.
Shedeur Sanders. I'm about to say the same thing. Good point.
Could be
Good
heading
point.
to New Orleans. That is the city I mentioned. I talk about it, man. I've been to New Orleans a lot. They are going to put Shedeur. They're going to build a statue for Shedeur before he even throws a football. That's how New Orleans is when it comes to players that they want out there. Shedeur Carr probably have a camp battle. Shedeur will probably win that due to his fame of being who he is as coming from the college.
Mm-hmm. I mean, totally off point, man. Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
That's my bucket list right there to go to a Saints Falcons game down in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that video.
Yeah.
That everybody did last year.
Yep.
When I was down there in
Turn up.
It looked unbelievable. All the Falcon fans going down Bourbon Street. You was on Bourbon Street doing your thing. Everybody celebrating, man. Mm-hmm. Explain to Falcon fans like myself, who's never been to New Orleans, how is a Falcons Saints game down there, man?
Man, for Falcon fans who haven't been to New Orleans, who just want to know about the rivalry and the game and the entertainment and just everything that leads up to it, it's a great time. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now.
Mm.
For those who have never been to New Orleans, when the schedule drops, I would recommend you guys book that game first before you book San Francisco, which will be expensive, Arizona, and some others. The reason why I say that is because New Orleans is that game where it's probably the biggest rivalry in the South outside of Georgia, Bama, maybe Georgia, Florida, however you want to shape it with college football.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, college basketball doesn't have like that type of big rivalry like that. And of course, in the NBA, I mean, the Hawks and the Knicks might have a nice little rivalry here and there. But when it comes to football in the South, the Saints and the Falcons. I mean, there's bad blood there, of course, in the past with how the Saints have, treated us with, some of their stuff that they've put up on their displays in the stadium when we show up. For those that haven't been in the stadium too as well, they love to poke jabs at 28-3 and the Super Bowl, and they win the Super Bowl. They do this thing called Now and Then, where they put the Saints old pass and they put the Falcons old pass, and they show like Drew Brees winning the trophy. Then they show like Matt Ryan with his head down with the confetti. Then they show like, they do things to poke jabs at the Falcons, right? That just adds fuel to the fire for when they're on the field with the players. But outside of the game,
right,
you will have a great time in New Orleans. Now, if you're going out there in like the wards and like Calio projects and Holly Grove, I can't help you. That's not where I'm at. You down there in the French Quarter where the Falcon fans hang out, where the Aints fans hang out, where all the party goers go. That's a good time because the casino is right there, the mall is right there, the riverfront is right there. Casinos open 24 hours. Most of the restaurants, bars, and clubs close after 2 a.m. So you're partying up until when? The game. And then when the game is over, guess what you do? You head back to Bourbon Street and you party. You can walk straight from Bourbon straight to the stadium and then back to Bourbon Street. You don't need to leave the French Quarter. But what we did last year with the parade, we always think of things to do with the Rise Up Tour fan club. And Thomas is always a great person to put these things together and to look into how we can get this stuff situated. And I'm telling y'all, man, like the parade was one thing. But what we have planned for y'all going next year is just going to be on a whole nother level. But I'm telling y'all, Deboe, and everybody in the chat, if you've never been in New Orleans, please get a chance to head down there. Mardi Gras, even during Falcon Saints. If Georgia ends up playing LSU, go down there for that. It's just a great time, right? But you're going to drink good. You're going to eat good. You're going to gamble good. You're going to party good. You're going to sleep good. Depends on where you stay in the quarter because, everybody's playing music late at night.
Right.
But Deboe Vibes, I'm telling you, man, if you want to go to New Orleans this year,
absolutely,
let me know, man. We can get you on down there. Usually I might drive out. I don't normally fly to New Orleans. I usually drive. Want to play some golf on the way too as well. But it's a great time. You already said, let's do another parade in New Orleans, Jack. There is no parade this year. I can give y'all that heads up that there is no parade in New Orleans this year. We had a great time. Matter of fact, for those who do not know, and this is what we do as Falcon fans. So for those that saw the parade on the news and you guys, saw the stuff on Georgia followers, and then the Saints reposted it too as well the day after when they beat us. We just have a good time. We had 2,500 fans down there walking, parading, cheering on what? The Atlanta Falcons. That's the ultimate goal. I don't give a damn what anybody says. The Rise Up Tour fan club is we want fans to enjoy themselves on the road. And for 7-8 years now, we've been doing this to where the parade was one thing. But this year, we're going to Arizona. We're going to San Francisco. We're going to New England. We're going to New York, Minnesota. The Colts, the Bucks, New Orleans. For those that want to travel with the Rise Up Tour fan club, man, we're going to have a great time. Of course, you guys probably heard about the parties and the events and stuff. We always do that. And, as you can see, man, we can see right here, last year, 2,500 fans. We had a police escort. No problem with that too as well. We already had the permission from New Orleans from the French Quarter to do it. But that's what we do, man. Deboe Vibes. It's a great time. And at the end of the day, and remember what I said, we're doing this for the fans, right?
For sure.
We're always for the Atlanta Falcon fans. Nobody else.
I'm with it.
Big shout out to everybody in the chat, man. But yeah, man. Deboe, come on, man. Get some of that crawfish, man. With crab cakes, man.
Don't make me do a food video.
You know what? That right there. That's Deboe. That's
don't make me do a food video down there, goddamn.
You should do the food video from New Orleans,
bro. I can give you hella restaurants that you can go down there and do food reviews. I'm talking about. Let me tell you something. Good foods where you're sitting there like, bro, I gotta cut the camera off, man. I can't do this review. You gotta enjoy this food. The shrimp po' boys. Falcon fans been down there to New Orleans. Y'all gotta talk about this young man. Their seasoning, their traditional style of how they cook with their chefs and stuff. Like, They just have a certain type of vibe. Now, when it goes to the game, F the ain'ts.
Right.
Grandma too as well, who spun the umbrella in my face that one game, and she pissed me off.
Damn.
I remember her. You know, and if I ever see her again, it's gonna be war. But I'm telling y'all right now. Georgia Texas boy said, I hope you see out the Arizona game. You're going to see us at the Arizona game, bro. I got you. Remember, I told you, I said, I got you, bro. I got you. But look, this is just, look at this. Look at the fans out here. Look at this, Deboe Vibes.
I see it. Yeah.
This is
I'm looking at it.
This is part of the corner before we stepped out there. Right? Like, this is what we do, man. This is what the Rise Up Tour fan club do. We go on the road. We have these events, mixers, hangout spots. Look at this. Meetups at the game, before the game. No matter what we do, how we do it, every city that we go to, there's going to be something happening. We have the cruise coming up too as well, which is already booked. Over 100 Falcon fans on this cruise heading out on May 22nd. Like, big shout out to the tour, man. I'll post some more stuff as we get closer to schedule releasing. And fans that want to travel to these games and have a good time, I can help y'all out. Hotels where we're going to be staying, and parties and events. And we do have the membership too as well. That's why you want to head over to the Rise Up Tour fan club. We have some VIP stuff happening this year that we've been doing in the past that fans really love, and we're just going to take it to the next level. And we do appreciate all the support for everybody who's been with the Rise Up Tour fan club. With that being said, we talked about D. Alford.
Yeah.
Got a little bit off topic here, talking about the schedule and hanging out and having a good time. But that's what Falcon fans do. We love to party. We love to party. Another thing we love to do is support our team. And with that being said, I have to go ahead and crank this mock up for Mr. Deboe Vibes, because Deboe is a special guest here tonight.
Man,
Falcons have made some recent moves.
Ooh, party pressure time. Let's see what I can do.
Into the mind of Deboe Vibes here.
Let's see what I can do. Let's see what I can do.
Now, if he selects Luther Burden at 15, we're gonna end the
Luther Burden, wide receiver, Missouri guy.
Drop his ass. Drop his ass. Deboe be like, Jack.
He gonna say, where'd Deboe go? Deboe has
hello.
Had to run, y'all. He'll be back.
He'll be back next year, guys. Don't worry about it. He'll be all right. He'll be back next year.
Let's see what we got. Let's see how I can do in chat. Of course, let me know how I did, and more importantly, my brother's right here on stage. Let's see how your boy Deboe does, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm setting up the mock draft simulator for Deboe Vibes. 82 Monte Carlo is here. Eric Parker is here. Yuri's in the chat. Georgia, Texas boy. Jonte Rozier is in the chat too as well. A1 Forever is in the chat talking Falcons football. Michael is in the chat talking Falcons football. We're doing some housekeeping here. Out of your Falcon mind is in the chat talking Falcons football. John from Out of Your Falcon Mind. John, we'd love to have you on draft night if you have a couple minutes to join us and talk some Falcons
football. They're doing their own show, Jack.
Don't forget, we're starting at 2:00. So as long as we can get them anytime between 2 and 11.
Hey, we are not starting at
between 2 and 11.
Shit.
Okay.
What, 9-hour podcast, right?
Yeah. That Jack doesn't do 4-hour podcast. Well, no, we did a 3.5 one the other day. Jack doesn't do 4 or 5-hour podcast. You get what I'm saying, bro? I'm still sore from that shit. Like that took a lot out of me.
T Will, as you remember, we did a show right after that one. So if it's the one that we talking about, we was all exhausted.
Yeah,
and you can put your words together. That one.
Yeah, I was done, man. I was done. Jack talking about 9-7 hours. Shit.
Well, what Mike said, who is Jack Spade and why do y'all call him that? I'm Jack Spade.
He's Jack Spade.
That's Jack, man.
or sometimes
Jack.
He's Jake from State Farm.
That's me,
Jake
man.
From State Farm. You remember that? So we were doing the show. This was like when I first started. And I kept calling Jack Jake. So they made it into
when we first started, he kept saying Jake from State Farm.
Jake. No, it's Jack. Okay, Jake. No problem.
Lisa Shepard's in the chat. Do we trust the coaching staff to develop our players, though? That has been part of the problem. Lack of player development. It's different years, different circumstances. Jeff Ulbrich comes in, different mindset. Players tend to believe. Look at the Chiefs before they started winning the Super Bowls and Andy Reid got there, right? They were not that good. Look at the Bengals before they started changing. Look at the Bills before they started getting the right coaching, in place and the right players. Josh Allen and those type of things. With Jeff Ulbrich, still with Jerry Gray and some of these guys there, we hear in these interviews that they're going to be a part of this defensive scheme and the play calling and putting together the scheme. So that's good as well that, everybody gets a part of the pie. Don't forget about our new defensive line coach too, as well, that we got from the Texans.
Yeah, Ollie.
Ollie, right? Nate Ollie, right?
Yeah.
Of course, the new linebackers coach too, as well. So maybe Raheem gets the job done the way he's supposed to get it done this year. We saw what he did with the Rams too, as well. We saw what Raheem has done in the past. Players tend to listen to Raheem. He's a player's coach. And I think with Jeff Ulbrich, that's the reason why they brought him back. So that way that communication between those two, could get us back to that 2016 level. We're banking on a lot of our young players, kind of like 2016 too here. I mean, we got AJ and Jesse Bates and a couple players that, has been in the league for a while, Leonard Floyd. But some of these draft picks this year are going to be on the field with Rook, with Braylon, with Arnold, with D'Angelo. All those guys are less than 4 years in the league.
All right.
Like, these are some key players for your team.
Right. Excellent point, Jack. But Lisa Shepard, that's a great question. And I posed to you guys. Do you guys trust Jeff Ulbrich to develop these players? That's the question.
What? Yeah.
Or not even buy into the or get infused into the scheme that he's going to bring in.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, I was just going to say that, I'm a fan, and being a fan of listening to how these coaches talk, you kind of buy into it early. Like, oh, Jeff can change it. He can make it all right. But the players have to buy in too. I'm not on the field. I can tell you what I can talk about, but I have to see it on the field. Like Eric Parker says, when people hit him up about OTAs, how do players look? They look good. Everybody looks good in shorts and T-shirts. Like, they got to put the pads on and get out there and start hitting and start running routes. And we've all seen it from going to training camp. It's going to happen on the field. We're all going to believe. We're all going to have that opinion that, oh, yeah, this defense is going to be Jeff Ulbrich. But you have to get out there and play the game. That's all.
Okay.
I think he's going to do better than Jimmy Lake. If you're asking me that.
For sure.
Yes. I'll answer that. But you have to play the game. That's all it is.
I think when it comes to development, how are you at the fundamentals? Right? Like are you getting off the ball the way you should? Where's your hand placement? Things like that. And coaching them up. And we have traditionally not done a good job of that with our defensive line. Now, Ulbrich is a very good linebackers coach, and I got to believe in our defensive coach. I got to believe that we can develop them. If for nothing else, then if you look at that 4-week period last year, our defense was playing well. We were getting after it. You get what I'm saying? We were getting after it. So if we go into it with that same schematic, that same mindset, I got to believe, well, okay, look, you're not replacing Grady. That man is irreplaceable. That's going to be a noticeable difference. But again, the sum of the defense being greater than the whole is what we're after. So we'll see.
You got to reward Jeff Ulbrich with a player too as well.
Agreed.
Because Arthur Smith got his players that he wanted to think, oh, yeah, I'm an offensive guy. I'm going to bring in some of these offensive players. I got my Bijan. I got my Drake. I got my Desmond Ridder. Damn. Why did I say that? I wasn't supposed to say that name. But for the most part, damn, I done lost my train of thought just saying that name. See what happens when you mention Desmond Ridder?
But yeah.
Casper. I can hear Uncle Steve now. I love Desmond Ridder.
But if you're looking at Mike Green, Jalen Walker, Malachi Starks, reward Jeff Ulbrich with a player that's going to help out, Jeff's resume here in Atlanta. Because if Mike Green comes in here and gets anywhere near 10 sacks this year, y'all going to be calling for Jeff Ulbrich to stay here for the next 5-10 years because we haven't seen a damn 10-sack guy in so long. So, Falcon fans, let's see what Deboe Vibes has on his mind when it comes to the drum roll, Terry. What is that, Terry? You don't have like a set of like drumsticks nearby?
I don't. No. You know what?
We talked about the props. We talked about the budget. We talked about these type of things. We have special guests.
The drumsticks were not in the budget. But you know what? We'll fix that for next week's show. We'll fix it. How about that?
Will, you got 6,000 screens behind you, but you got no drumsticks.
This guy right here, man. This guy. Go ahead and give him a wow, Zach. Give him a wow. He earned it. Give him a wow. This guy. It be your own taking shots. This dude right here.
It wasn't a shop. It was not a shop. Just observation. That's all it was.
I do want to give a
Observation, bro.
wild to as well. I do want to give a wild to Eric Parker on the replacement of the mailbox that she knocked over the other day.
Oh shit! Oh wow!
Damn. Uh-oh.
Situation came by.
All right, Eric. Hey, Eric, it was not me. I
Came
had
by. She
nothing
did
to
a
do
good
with
job.
it.
They got a couple more
So,
mailboxes in the neighborhood they want you to check out too.
hey,
as well.
Eric, I tell you what, man. When you
Deboe
start
Vibes is in here.
it wasn't me, Eric.
Big shout out to my brother Eric Parker, man.
It was
Deboe,
not me.
Yes, sir.
got to enter this draft, sir.
Okay.
Let's pause the draft. I think, don't forget, the mock draft simulator does show a lot of scenarios where fans can say, yeah, that is true. No, that's not true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that could happen. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Cam Ward to the Titans first, Debo, is something that fans can say could possibly happen. There's been talks of it. Shedeur Sanders, I don't think he's going to be interviewing with the Titans. It's looking like Cam Ward might be the guy. I told you the talks between Cam and Shedeur, that the video that they have where they're arguing, but they're, training together. It is hilarious because Cam is telling him, all you do is throw check downs and screens. You have no game. Like, how is any team going to pick you up and make you a real quarterback? Every play was hike, check down, hike, check down. It is funny. Go watch Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders go back and forth. The one thing I don't want to see is Cam mention this, and it really happened. Cam says to Shedeur, I can't wait to see you in the Super Bowl. Just imagine if it's me versus you in the Super Bowl. We don't want to see that happen because, A, Cam Ward is not going to be a Falcon, and B, Shedeur Sanders is not going to be a Falcon. So that's a year I have to sit back and watch those two jokers play in the Super Bowl. I don't want that to happen.
Point well taken. Point well taken.
Right? So listen to everything up until that part because this is the future of the NFL. Michael Penix, even Bryce Young, what's the guy's name? Joe Burrow. These guys, Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, these are going to be the guys leading the wave in the next 10 years when your kids are growing up saying, oh, Jackson Dart's playing in the AFC Championship game versus, such and such. Because, this is the future of the NFL. But I'm telling y'all right now, Cam Ward possibly could be going number one to the Titans. And that kind of throws Kirk out the conversation about them trading for Kirk. But Deboe Vibes, Cam Ward 1 to the Titans on the mock draft simulator. Abdul Carter number 2 on the mock draft simulator to the Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Will Campbell 3.
Ooh, Will Campbell, damn.
It's heavy to see Will Campbell go up past Armand. But in the past couple mocks I've done, Will Campbell came from literally the past like 30 picks up to the top 5.
Okay.
So Will Campbell seems to be one of the first offensive tackles off the board, followed by Armand. Kelvin Banks is going to be in there somewhere too as well. But we'll continue the draft. Travis Hunter to the Jags on this mock. Deboe
okay.
Vibes.
Interesting
6,
right there. Genty. Actually, Genty to Raiders. Actually, Genty's going to the Raiders or the Browns. I mean, the Raiders or the Bears, but Genty to Raiders for sure.
Now,
yeah. I'm surprised maybe could Shedeur go to the Raiders?
I see. What's funny thing about Shedeur at the Raiders? It's close to Colorado, right? It's close to people, family, friends that come over there and hang out and be at the games. But it's big money Vegas for Shedeur.
Right.
Only problem is Geno Smith ain't backing down from no camp battle. He finna go up there and slice you up for 250. We know what we can get with Geno Smith, and I think the Raiders know that too as well. That's why they traded for him. He's not finna go in there and say Shedeur is gonna. They drafted Shedeur. He's not worried about that. I think he knows that he's the starting quarterback with the Raiders. The pick that you talked about earlier, Justin Fields with the Jets. You want a camp battle? This is it right here at number 7. Shedeur Sanders to the Jets, or number 9, Shedeur Sanders to the Saints.
To the Saints.
Mason Graham. So that means Shedeur is probably going to go number 9.
Right.
Will Johnson and Shedeur number 9. The Saints traded.
Wow. Tat McMillan. Wow.
And
Bo Nix to Tat McMillan. Wow. Okay.
Deboe, Tat McMillan, this young man goes live and mentions that he doesn't study film. Like, why would you say that weeks before the draft?
Hey, Jack, not our problem.
I know, right? Not our fault. We gotta break them down. Kelvin Banks off the board. Mike Green to the 49ers at 11.
Damn you, Kyle.
That helps you out, though, Deboe Vibes, because Luther Burden is still on the board.
You better.
Yes.
Sanders,
Cut it.
big money Cowboys with Jerry Jones. Deion Sanders gets to go visit his old pal Jerry.
Now, see that I don't, man, I don't know about that. You talk about a mess. You talk about a mess. Whoo!
Eric Parker in the chat, man.
Who's the Cowboys
Yeah,
coach?
he wants to make an action figure.
The Cowboys coach is
Schottenheimer, right?
yeah, Schottenheimer.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Deion weaseling his way in there, and then I don't know. That's interesting.
That's what the simulators do. It makes you kind of speculate what could happen if these things do pan out. Mike Green's off the board. We're getting close to getting to the Falcons. Booker, offensive guard. 4 offensive linemen gone within the first top 15, Debo. 4.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Tyler Warren off the board. Deboe Vibes, your pick is up now. And we already have our first trade offer from the Rams.
What's the next one?
Move up, Debo.
We got next one.
The Bengals. You're going to make the trade with the Bengals.
I'm going to trade back.
Wait
Wait a second. Go back to the Rams.
Because they gave you 3 picks, right? You got 26, you got 90, you got 101, and you got.
I'm taking that trade. Take it.
The Rams or the Bengals?
The Rams.
Deboe Vibes here on One Time for the Fan with his mock draft.
We're going to trade back to 26.
Has accepted the trade from the LA Rams, 15 for 26, 118 for 90. And Falcon fans, the cool thing about these simulators, like I said before, every single simulator we have done already, there's been a trade involved. Like, I mean, teams are calling to get the number 15 pick. If this goes to draft night, I'm pretty sure that the Falcons already know that there's teams that's going to call them, because outside of Atlanta, there are teams who have their BPA as well. And if they don't get their BPA, they have to move up, they have to move back, they have to move around. And when you're sitting at 15, Terry, you can make any move you want to either move back a little bit, grab a couple pieces, and help build your depth and your roster. Deboe Vibes, good job selecting this trade, because now we're finna build this depth. Now we're finna build this 53. He accepts it. Jalen Walker's now selected. He goes back now to 26. Deboe Vibes. I'm sure there's going to be another trade involved. Of course, the Jacksonville Jags want to move back up. Debo?
No, we stay at 26.
You staying at 26. We have another offer here. The Dolphins want to move up too as well. One of your opponents for next season.
No, we stay at 26.
We're staying at 26. Falcon fans, we're going to reject this offer. Deboe Vibes said there's too many fans waiting around at the Mercedes-Benz on draft night. They need to make a selection. If Falcons do move from 15 to 26 on draft night, we're talking about maybe 11:30, Terry? 11:30, 11:45? Like, those picks are late.
Those picks are late.
Wow.
Those picks are late.
Deboe Vibes, we're going off the roster they have right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring back up the depth chart projection here. No Justin Simmons is here. No Matthew Judon is here. We're going off of what they have in the building right now for this draft.
I would boldly say with this pick right here, because we do have draft capital to go down to get other individuals, but this individual is still there for us. I'm picking Malachi Starks.
Malachi Starks is the pick from Deboe Vibes here. Don't forget, Falcon fans, Justin Simmons is not in the building. Jordan Fuller's here on a 1-year deal. He knows Raheem has ties with him too as well. DeMarco Hellam's coming back from injury. Jesse Bates, got to play the man. But they get their safety for the future. They can play Malachi Starks in the nickel. They can play him in multiple spots. This guy is a all-around game changer. And Terry, he's a dog. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Damn good dog. Mm-hmm.
Go Dogs.
And chat, please let me know what you think about that selection right there, please.
Chat, you
You,
see
you
it
get
right
you
here.
get you have a talent like Malachi Starks fall to 26, bro. I gotta
Here's the
take him.
cool thing. Not only Malachi, but Jahad Campbell was on the board too as
He
well.
I was but that defensive backfield, you get a safety back there who can learn from Jesse Bates and go back there and do his thing. Then I think that Malachi Starks was a good one.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Putting back up the mock draft simulator. The Chargers are calling Deboe Vibes. They said, "Hey, we heard you guys fleece the Rams. We're the other team in LA. We're trying to get some of that pie too as well. Can we move up from 55 to 46? Also, we'll take your 218 and we'll keep you in the top 100 at 86.
It's worth thinking about.
Or the San Francisco 49ers, one of your opponents this year.
Nah.
They're also calling too as well. They took Mike Green, so now they're trying to get 17 sacks on Michael Penix. And they're trying to get some more picks too as well. What's going on here? I'm not going to even.
No, thank you. No, thank you. 46 to 55.
To live and die in LA.
And get the 86 pick.
That's the thing.
You
That
traded with the Rams,
getting,
Debo.
You're getting a fourth round pick. Is that a fourth or a third round?
That's a fourth.
You're
getting a fourth round for a seventh. And you're going back 9 spots. I would do it, but it's on you, Debo.
No, T. Will, you're totally right. I'm thinking about it right now, bro. Yeah.
So Harbaugh.
Jack, can we please accept that?
We're going to accept the trade. Deboe Vibes has accepted another trade. Falcon fans should be really happy about this. This is your day 2s coming up right here, Falcon fans. You already have Malachi Starks in the building. A lot of Georgia fans going to be trying to buy up the season tickets right down the road to go see their guy Malachi Starks play.
I'm not taking that trade.
Oh man, can't take that one. Got to reject that. Sorry, Grady. Debo, you're on the clock at 55. You also are on the clock at 86 and 90 and 101.
So we picked.
Go to the linebackers right quick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Edge. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Jack. Go to Edge.
Ooh.
You got Prince. You got Prince sitting right there.
Princely. I was looking at JT though, man.
Hey man, do your thing, man. You the GM. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. Is a jack of all player with an impressive frame and explosiveness. While underwhelming as a pass rusher, he should be steady hand on the outside as an edge setter, and his explosiveness.
Let's go Princely.
Yeah.
You also have Zach here. You also have another Ohio State guy in the building too, as well, with Zach Harrison. So going to the SEC second round, Princely, U-Man. We'll just call him U-Man. That's a great pickup right there. That's a solid pickup. Yeah, that's pickups great for your defense.
So how am I doing so far, gentlemen?
You're doing great.
Okay.
You're doing great. I mean, look, the kid from Georgia, forget about it. Forget about it. Because that dude can play corner and safety, and he can do it all.
Right.
He can do it all.
And that's what I was considering, bro. Very talented, very athletic.
Yeah, I think he can even blitz the quarterback. I think is what I heard. Like, he can do it all. So
sheesh, Big Old Country Sports is in the chat. Why is Jack Spade on the show when he still ain't finished cleaning my truck?
Damn.
Big Old Country Sports. Remember, when you find your golf ball, the course manager said just lock the gate on your way out. Big shout out to everybody here in the chat. Big shout to everybody talking Falcons football tonight on One Time for the Fan. 2 starters. Georgia Texas boys said 2 starters already. I'm telling you right now, Malachi Starks is on the field week 1 versus the Colts. And Princely is definitely getting some snaps week 1 versus the 49ers. You got 2 starters right now, Deboe Vibes. Let's go ahead and pencil these guys in. At the safety position, Jordan Fuller, Jesse Bates, Malachi, you can move him around anywhere now. You can put him in this CB role a little bit in that slot. You can move him back there too as well with Jordan Fuller, Jesse Bates, DeMarco Hellams, that's your thumper. And then you got U-Man over there too as well. Princely, he's going to be competing with Arnold Ebiketie and Zach Harrison to see where he's going to fit in this role over here. Also, Leonard Floyd should be good on his side. And Brilliant Trice is just getting, a lot more help too as well with that pass rusher position too as well. Chargers are calling. Damn, the LA loves you, Deboe Vibes. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, it's all good. What we got? What they got?
We can't see it, Jack. We can't.
Oh, you can't see it. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead.
No, we still see. The thing is here.
LA's calling.
Ooh, a third round pick, bro.
No, no, no.
A third round pick.
You gotta get 4 starters this year, Debo. You got to get 4 this year.
I trust you, T. Will. Hey, let's go ahead. We're gonna reject that. We gonna stand pat because I'm still thinking about what we did with that first pick. We already got draft capital, so
You're sitting
reject
nice
that.
at 86, 90, and 101. Here's the funny thing: the Chargers tried to come back and take that 86 from you. They just gave it to you.
Let's
Right.
get exactly that
Correct.
part.
They just tried to call you back and said maybe Terry forgot. He ain't forget.
Yeah. We ain't forget. We ain't forget nothing, Chargers.
Yeah, not Terry
Bengals
Debo.
just
Let's
said we'll
get it.
see you in the Super Bowl, and we're trying to take you at an 86. I'm not comfortable with that. I can help you right there, Debo.
No, we're standing pat.
Yeah, you got 2 starters right now. You're at 86. Don't forget, in the next 15 picks, you're ready to go. You got 86, 90, and 101.
Right.
That's a cleanup right there for Falcon fans. It's like, yo, these guys should be on the field. And then there's so much talent left on the board, too, as well. At 86,
Can we go to tackles right quick?
Sure. Ooh-wee! Come on, man. You got 2 solid players right now still in the top 100. That's
Yeah,
still left.
Deion Walker. Holy shit.
Yep. Yeah, Walker still on the board. I'm
Yeah,
saying
Deion Walker still on the board?
Walker and Shamar Turner.
Yeah, let's go Shamar Turner.
Yeah. That's nasty right there. That's nasty right there. Malachi Starks, Princely, Minnesota.
What y'all think? So yeah, show that one more time so far. So this is what we have so far, and let the chat. What's the chat talking about? What y'all see right there so far? What we got?
Chat. If you're sitting here watching or listening, and if you're watching the show after, you're listening to the show out there still, you can comment in the chat. Malachi Starks, Princely, Ellen, and of course Shamar Turner, the 3 picks that Deboe Vibes has selected so far. Falcon fans, if you see this draft weekend, are you comfortable with this? Malachi Starks, 26, he did trade back. Princely too as well. He was able to fleece the Chargers on another trade. And Shamar Turner, defensive tackle. We've addressed the safety. We've addressed the edge. We've addressed the defensive tackle. 3 key pieces that the Falcons need this offseason to help them out going forward. Chat, how y'all feel about this so far, chat? Deboe Vibes, you're at you're back on the clock at 90.
Okay, can we go to offense?
Ooh, Deboe Vibes gonna shake it up a little bit here.
And go to
Wide
tackle.
receiver, I'm guessing.
Click receiver, please. Yeah.
Lucifer,
No. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. No. Go. No. Go to receiver.
Okay.
Okay, go to tackle.
Fidel Hogg said yes. No cap battle here.
You ain't safe. Yeah, you ain't safe yet, Curto.
Stupid. He said yes.
Now you got some players here that's still available. Logan Brown from Kansas is decent. You know, Ohio State, Jalen Travis is on the board. Still at the not too far at the bottom of the pack.
All right, let's go back to defense right quick, and we'll make it real quick. And go to linebacker.
There we go. Now, a guy who's rising up the draft boards right now, Jack Kisser from Notre Dame. Jamon Dumas-Johnson, too, as well, from Kentucky, is moving up, too, as well. Could be some early day 2 picks. Could be early day 3 picks. But these guys will definitely be selected this draft.
What about Jet Cat? Oh, you said him, Jet Cat. I'm about to say Jet. Is it Kiss or
Kaiser? Kisser, yeah. Kaiser.
Scroll up right quick.
Got here. Yep. Three solid pieces already. Starks, safety, edge, Princely, defensive tackle, Shamar. You brought in Divine Diablo this offseason. You let go of what's his name? The young man that went to the Chargers, Nate Landman.
Jack,
in the building too,
let's go ahead and draft Jack Kisser.
Jack Kisser. Or Jack Kaiser from North
Jack.
Philly.
The other Jack. Not you, Jack. The other Jack.
Kaiser Sose.
Yuri says y'all are cooking with this draft so far because Yuri sees all defensive players. He knows what this defense is about. He knows what this team is about. Georgia Texas boy said, "Where's the center?" Ryan Newzeal.
Good
Don't
point,
forget,
good
that's
boy.
his job to lose right now, Falcon fans.
Good point. But I got my offensive lineman in my mind. But what Pittsburgh saying?
They want the 101 from 123. They want to give you a 2026 for your 242. Trying to take you about your picks. They said you're fine already with your first 4 picks. You don't need
No.
nobody else.
Reject. Yeah, we good. Reject. Let's get back on point.
The one time Raheem tells his friend Mike Tomlin no. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, the one time, Raheem was like, hey, can't do it. Yeah, no, ain't gonna like it. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Can't do it, Mike. Mike, I love you, but can't happen. Like, can't move on. You gotta go. Let's see here, man.
He does a very good coach, Raw. Very good.
Go to the offensive line right quick to the center.
Georgia Texas boy points out
That
Notre Dame linebacker 2 years in a row. J.D. Bertrand the year before.
J.D. Bertrand, yeah.
Jack Kaiser here. You say go where now?
Offense, please.
There you go.
And to the offensive line, the center.
Ooh. Falcons did bring in the young man Seth McCollum for a workout earlier this draft season.
I think that's the one I'm talking about. Who's the God dog, I'm gonna need y'all help, man. Who's
Drew Kendall from Boston College is another solid pick too as well. He's late down the back of the pack.
don't the Bulldogs got us? I'm not trying to be Bulldog centric, but I know that Bulldogs have a center, right?
They have the guard. He's
The
over
guard
there.
or
Yeah, where is he? Xavier Truss.
Willie Lampkin is he's at 230. What pick are we at now?
We're at 101.
Yeah, 231. He might be a reach, but he's different. Scott seems to like Willie Lampkin. I don't know what
Scott does. Oh, Scott likes him.
Scott likes Willie Lampkin.
Hey, look, scroll down right quick and let's go ahead and look at the highlight. I mean the analytics of him right quick. After transfer from South Carolina,
5'10", 279.
5'10".
Mm-hmm.
I mean, looking at that, Scott likes. Don't have to take him.
Yeah. Close that out for me.
Sheesh. Willie Lumpkin said, "Not me."
Scroll up.
Oh, offensive guard. Here we go. Yep.
Guard, yeah. Is that all? That's the top? I can't.
Right there.
Go to offensive tackle, and then I'll make my decision.
Offensive tackle. This one right here.
Logan Brown.
Where's he? Logan Brown from Kansas?
Logan Brown, yeah.
Logan Brown from Kansas, former 5-star recruit who brought impressive pedigree with him to Wisconsin. His career with the Badgers didn't work out, but he experienced a resurgence at Kansas, earning honorable mention all Big 12 recognition in 2024. Brown has a unique blend of experience and untapped potential. 6'6", 311 pounds. Lord.
Draft him.
Sheesh. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We still got one more pick, 242 now. This could be a player. Could he end up on the Falcons 53? Is he going to end up on the practice squad? Is he going to end up getting cut? We're going to find out here because there's still a lot of players that's available on the board right now. I think this is a solid draft. You got 4 defensive players that I think will be on the field just by looking off of the name alone. Starks, U-Man, Turner, and Kisser. Logan Brown, of course, here in Atlanta when it comes to, the last 2 picks with Terry. You got to fight for that spot. It's just how it is.
How many more pieces? This is the last pick, right?
You got one more. Because the one pick that you did with the Chargers took you and gave you the 2026 options too as well. So you kind of helped out in the future because next year, if Terry's still here, You
Right.
got a 2026 pick that you picked up. You got your original pick that you have, and you have an additional third from the Rams. So this mock draft simulator, you did a decent job, I must say. Debo
Let
Vibes
me.
helping the Falcons now and helping the Falcons later.
That's a plan. Let's go to the offense, please,
Offense it is.
and go to receiver.
Oh shit! You did mention that earlier. Now Hog stands up. What is he doing? Hog's the Pro Bowl. He chilling.
Yeah, my bad, Kadura. My bad, Hodge. Hey, you had a hell of a game with the block punts, but I need somebody. Let's see here.
I wonder if
You know
Badger's
what?
still
Forget
on the
about that.
board.
Let's go back to defense.
Is Badger?
And
Oh, Elijah Badger's still on the board. That would be an ooh. Well, go ahead. What you got, Debo?
I'm thinking about another dog who might do his thing in the league. I'm gonna take him. Smile Munden.
What?
What?
Wait, where is he at? Where is he at?
Is he gone?
How you spell his first
I
name?
thought I thought he was still there.
No, it's not. Is it MON or MUN?
I think it's M-O. God damn. MOU.
Oh, I think he's gone.
Is he gone?
Yeah.
I thought he was just there. It's all good. Let's go back to receiver.
No, he's gone. Receiver.
Braves lost 4-3.
Damn. Well, we're winning with the mock draft right now. Big shout out to Debo Vibes.
We are winning with the mock draft.
Badger.
This kid right here.
Badger.
Man, I'm telling you, if you get this kid in motion, you get this kid running around like how Ray and Mooney is, man, he creates space. He gets after it. You know, he's an undersized type of wide receiver, kind of like your younger Cooper Kupp, Danny Amendola, that type of guy. What's the other guy? Tavon Austin. He gets after it.
Tavon Austin. That's throwback right there. Okay.
Yeah, and of course with the kick return game too as well with Jamal Agnew, that could be a guy that can help you out too as well. Elijah
point.
Badger. You got a lot of SEC picks here too as well. You got Georgia, you got Ole Miss, you got Florida, you got Texas A&M. You keeping it in the South, man.
He meant dirty.
Shish. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Debo Vibes, one time for the fan, mock draft. Fans, you want to take your pictures right here. We will also post it on the One Time for the Fan Instagram page too as well. So make sure you all head over to One Time for the Fan on Instagram. We'll post it in the My Story section so everybody can check it out. We'll tag Debo Vibes too as well. We want to know what fans think, right? So we'll put it out on social media.
And I'm gonna tell you, gentlemen, something. And I'm all about transparency. And I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what I'm talking about. Jack Spade, T. Will. That was the first mock draft I've ever done.
Really?
Awesome,
Yeah.
man. That was awesome.
Yeah, that what we did, because I'm not a mock draft person. I see the experts do it, and guys like you guys do it. That's the first time I've ever done a mock draft.
Well, that was awesome.
That right there was on point. But I want to ask you, from these players you selected, like, why did you select Malachi Starks? Like, why did you select Princely? For those fans that want Debo Vibes to really get in depth to some of these players, because
hey, you know that wild thing still going off, man.
Mm-hmm. Huh? What happened?
Oh,
that wild, yeah.
It's going wow. Yeah, it keeps doing
wow.
It. Yeah, I keep hearing it.
Yeah, nonstop.
I don't know why. I don't know what happened. Like, what's going on? I don't. It's not even playing when I play it, so I don't know.
It stopped. It stopped.
It stopped. All right, good.
Yeah, it went on for like 9 seconds, bro.
Bruh, I can't stand StreamYard. I'm surprised like StreamYard's still around. But I cannot stand StreamYard, dog. They do some crazy shit. And here on One Time for the Fan, I'm glad the fans are cool with it because it ain't us. I ain't hit the wild button 90 times. I can tell you that. That was StreamYard.
I was like, yo, man, I know I did a good mock draft, but like all the wilds, okay.
For everybody here in the chat, hit that like, share, subscribe button for Debo Vibes. Debo, Malachi Starks, Princely U-Man, Shamar Turner, a lot of muscle, a lot of strength, a lot of speed on that defensive front. Just off your knowledge, man, why did you go and select the edge? Why did you select the safety? Why did you select the defensive tackle? Why is Deboe Vibes bringing these players in for the Falcons?
Well, the main one, let's talk about Malachi Starks first. That's why I brought him in because for one, and T. Will said it best. He's versatile. He's a versatile player. You know, he played boundary. He's of course he is safety, but he's very athletic. And we all saw it. Anybody down here in SEC country saw what. Yeah, they smooth said, "Wow, yeah." Anybody down in SEC country saw what he did. And if we can bring a guy in here and have him work, under, a guy like, Jesse Bates, and on top of that, have, the tools of Justin Hood and Jerry Gray. I think he can be like, future Pro Bowl player, I'm not gonna say all pro. That's a little too much right there, but you never know though. You never know. So he rangy player and he gets to the ball hawk. So that's why I picked that guy right there. I get it. I get it. We got Jesse Bates. We we have the other safeties right there. Well, thank God we got Richie Grant. Where he gone? You know what I mean? So and Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons is 32 years old. So that right there. And the other guys, I think it will just fit the pieces of what Jeff Ulbrich is doing as far as physicality and speed. This man's all about speed, and I'm pretty sure. Let me see here. I'm an old man. My miles are bad. I'm looking at a small screen right now, but just then guys like the gentleman I got from the edge rusher, from Ole Miss, Prince Princely, and Shamar Turner. I know I said a little bit ago. That we got a log jam at defensive line. I know that, but it's all about right now who can do it, who can't do it under the scheme right here. If we bring young guys in, we need 3 stars from the defense. I think I got 2 of them, so I think I did pretty good. But yeah, like I said, this right here is my first mock draft I've ever done.
Let me tell you something. You did better than all of the mock drafts that I've done combined. You got Malachi Starks, who, if you're talking about a 10-year starter, could potentially be. Look, Jeff Ulbrich loves this guy. Loves him. Okay. Prince Uman, edge rusher, great. Sherman Turner, D tackle out of Texas A&M. Forget about it. Jack Kaiser, whatever the hell his name is. Those could potentially be 4 starters right there. So I don't have an issue with anything you did. I love it. It's great. Plus, you got us 2 picks next year. So
yes, sir.
Man, kicked ass and took names, bro.
For sure. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I thank you so much.
Yeah, great job, Deboe Vibes. If this is my draft class as a Falcon fan on draft weekend, I'm telling you right now, I can't be upset. You attack areas that I think Falcon fans would be happy about. You attack safety because Justin Simmons might not be coming back. You attack the edge because we need an edge rusher. Is Princely going to be the guy for the future? But if you look at Princely's tape from at Ole Miss, he's a guy that's going to help this team with Leonard Floyd and Rook and Dorless and Berling Trice, who we haven't seen yet, right? Don't forget Berling Trice is a solid player coming from Washington, but we haven't seen him.
We don't know what he's going to do. Yeah.
Yep. This is right about Deboe Vibes is right about that. Shamar Turner, is that Grady's replacement? Well, you still have Rook out there. You have Dorless, Contavious Street, Morgan Fox. You have some big bodies in that middle. Shamar Turner just adds to it. That's a big guy, Shamar Turner. Jack Kisser, too, as well. Another Notre Dame linebacker. Those Notre Dame linebackers, man, they get after it. And J.D. Bertram, he had a nice little time last year with the Falcons. He's going to come back this year, and hopefully Jeff Ulbrich gets him right in the second season. And now Jack Kisser, if he ends up being a member of the Falcons, he gets his brother J.D. next to him. They can work together, make things happen. Communication is key. Players who've played together and they're now, playing on the same team. That's why the Eagles went to go get those Georgia players. Look what they did in the national championship. Look what they did with Kirby Smart. Now you come to the Eagles, we feed off each other. Jack Kisser, Shamar Turner, a lot of these SEC players know each other on and off the field too as well. Logan Brown, 6'6", was he 6'7", 300?
See, yeah, 6'6", yeah. Honorable mention, Big 12, absolutely, yes, sir.
Hey, Bijan, I'm sorry, bro. Do you mind sitting out this play on the goal line? We got this guy named Logan Brown, 6'7", 311 pounds. Talking about the tush push. What F the tush push? It's called the Logan Brown. Put the Logan Brown in.
Right.
Elijah Badger too as well. Speed, elusiveness. This kid right here, late round pick. These are the wide receivers. I mean, the quarterbacks who are going to lead the wave for the future of the NFL. Elijah Badger and some of these other receivers coming up is going to lead the wave too as well. Deboe Vibes, great job on this first
And
mock.
thank you so much. I appreciate it, Jack. And the main thing I want to do is bring in some quality into the team, coachable guys, who can learn on this defense. And on top of that, I'm all about, and T Will can tell you, I'm all about draft capital. I'm all about draft capital. We got draft picks next year
Mhm.
with
Let's
with
look at
with the
this too
way
as well.
with the trades I did with the Rams right there.
You guys can see that at the bottom. 2026 second round with the Rams, 2026 third round with the Rams. That adds to what you already have. More picks. And don't
Right,
forget, Raheem said it. We're not supposed to be picking in the top 10 anyway.
right.
Right? That's what he said. Now he did stand on that this season. We're not picking in the top 10. That's true. We're just picking at 15. All right. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. To go over quickly, Terry, Deboe Vibes mock with the penciling into some of these players. Malachi Starks probably quickly moves into your safety spot. However, they're going to put him in with the slot. If that works, fans been talking about that. He'd be great in the slot position. But the safety spot, maybe Jordan Fuller, mix the snaps with him and Jesse Bates with Malachi Starks. He's your rookie. You got to play him. Princely U-Man comes off the edge here. Arnold Ebiketie, D'Angelo Malone, Leonard Floyd. There's going to be a lot of depth over there. Burling Trice. Where does Khalid Kareem fit in? We do not know. Falcon fans. He did play a little bit last year with the Falcons, but they're going to draft U-Man or an edge rusher. I can see that guy playing. Shamar Turner. Could it be Grady's replacement? Ruka Roar, Brandon Dorless, David Amiata, Tyquan Graham. The last two is kind of like a camp battle. Shamar Turner should be in this spot somewhere, fighting for that 53-man spot too as well. And then, of course, you have Jack Kisser, Logan Brown. Jack Kisser, looking at the linebacker room, you got to pencil him in. We need linebackers.
Right.
So big shout to Jack Kisser being in there. Logan Brown. That one, you talked about Kelvin Banks first round for some fans. All Deboe Vibes did is go get an offensive tackle in the later rounds. So pencil Logan Brown into this mix too as well when it comes to offensive tackles. 6'7", 311. I might need him on that team. And Elijah Badger, wide receiver. Terry, your thoughts on your brother Deboe Vibes here's draft. We got to bring him back again for more mocks before the draft comes up.
My thoughts are Deboe is here to kick ass and chew gum, and he's all out of gum. So, yeah,
Hell no.
what
I
I
was
think
going to
about.
hit the wow, but I think we have enough wows for that today.
Yeah, bro. We got plenty of wows, bro. That joint went 9 seconds though.
We
Debo,
got a
I'm glad
wild.
you called it out because I did not hear it. So I'm glad Debo was like, y'all don't
I
hear
was
that wow
like,
going on?
hey Jack, I was like, I don't know if he's doing this on purpose, but
I swear,
Dude,
I don't know what
he's
it
like,
was.
did that
I went
dog
back
bark
to the
arf?
setting
Did
where
that-
the wow was, and I just hit delete. I just hit delete background music, and then it did. But it wasn't playing. That's the strange thing about it.
Oh, it was playing. Because it was like a
I
dog with.
don't know.
It was like a dog. It was like you know how you ever had a dog and you hit a dog.
That is so
And
weird.
they hear at a different frequency than we do. So that's
Well,
that. It was dog whistling.
The cool
Dog
thing is Debo Vibes back on our draft show. So
Right.
we have enough wows that day. We got giveaways that day, but we get a chance to talk more with Debo Vibes and his great podcast we got going on over there. He got a great show with T Will too as well, doing some big
Absolutely.
things here in the community. The food reviews too as well. We just gave you a new spot for the food review. Matter of fact,
Yes,
if you come
sir.
to New Orleans, can I just invite myself to be a part of the food review?
Bro,
'Cause I
we
know
gonna
some
make
of
it
these
happen.
spots in New Orleans. You can get some
Bro,
good food,
you
you know
come
what I'm saying?
through. We gonna make it happen, bro. We gonna make it happen. We gonna make it happen.
This
You
is
know what I'm
true.
saying? Crawfish, etouffee, all that stuff. Let's make it happen, bro.
Sheesh. The etouffee. Falcon fans, man, we having a great time. It's a couple of weeks before the draft. Once again, the Falcons are getting ready to do a lot of work in the next couple of days to make sure that they're going to bring in the right player. They could make a move here and there to go get a guy. They could probably just sit and chill and wait until after the draft. Cool thing about it is we're just sitting here on the edge to find out what the Falcons are going to do next. T. Will talked about Glow Man, talked about Justin Simmons, talked about Mike Green, talked about the draft. Deboe Vibes killed the mock draft simulator tonight.
Yes, he did.
I definitely want to end this show within the next 5 minutes so that way we can use the highlights. Remember, if we go over 2 hours,
Yep.
we can't use the
Yep.
highlights.
Absolutely.
So
100%.
let's go ahead and do that because Deboe Vibes, man. This is what I talk about Falcon fans when I say from the fan for the fan and how we're out here talking Falcons football with other Dirty Birds. Guys like Deboe Vibes, man, they put a lot of hard work into this. They put a lot of time into this because they enjoy this. I can tell you from the good food that he's eating on the reviews to when he goes live to talk about the Falcons, he's enjoying this. The fans are enjoying it on his channel too as well. So continue supporting Deboe Vibes on his channel. You got to smash the like button. You got to smash that share button. You got to smash that subscribe button ASAP. Deboe Vibes, where are you at on social media? Can we get a quick little update for you on your podcast? What shows you have coming up? And matter of fact, we can go ahead and get to the shout outs for Deboe Vibes too as well.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And first and foremost, man, Jack Spade, T. Will, man. Never in a million years. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart, man. T. Will can tell you I'm a very sincere person. I've been doing this Falcon thing for about about a year or so, and never, ever in a million years I thought I'd be a guest on One Time for the Fan. And here I am. So let's let anybody know if you work hard to get to where you want to be, you can make it. And I want to thank you, gentlemen, for being such gracious hosts to me, man. And when you guys don't know, but when we first got on, just now a little bit, a couple hours ago, coming on a couple hours ago, I was very, very nervous, but you guys are gracious hosts. And I want to thank both of you guys from the bottom of my heart for allowing me on this platform. I'm a big time fan, but now I'm actually part of it. And here I am. But everybody can find me on Deboe Vibes, right? Yeah, right here. Deboe Vibes right here. You know what I mean? For some Falcons talk. But more importantly, I've been doing a lot of things in the community down here on the south side of Atlanta, Henry County, Clayton County, Fayette County. Just what I'm saying, trying to bring light to a lot of food industries down here, man. And I'm having a great time doing it. So Deboe Vibes on YouTube, as you can see right here, and also Deboe Vibes on X, the real Deboe Vibes on IG. Come holler at your boy. If anybody knows any great restaurants I can come by to peruse and get my grub on and sample, please shoot me a DM or just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to do so. But awesome night, fellas, awesome night, and thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to allow me on this platform to hang out with you guys, man. It's been a great pleasure, man.
I don't know why you were nervous, man. Like
Hey.
you could be on TV, Debo. Like you're great, you're professional, you're funny. You use words like undulating. Come on, man.
Undulating joy.
You're great.
Undulating joy.
I don't know why you'd ever be nervous. Like you're outstanding. And I, for one, look, I get to work with you twice a week, so I know you're ready. You're that dude, man. You're Himothy, and don't let anybody tell you any different. And look, we're lucky to have you. We're glad you came on our show. And I'm gonna shut up now because it's time for Jack to talk. Go ahead, Jack.
Nah, man. This is your platform too, Terry. We got a guy named the Dixon Way too as well. Has a great
Dixon
platform.
Way!
Fam over there.
Hey,
Dixon
man.
Way, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Hey, respect. I appreciate that.
Dixon
Hope
Way,
you enjoy.
Sport.
Condolences to Dixon Way. He lost his dad recently. Hey, man, having lost my mom last year, I can relate. I lost my dad in 2020. We are sending so much love your way, Dixon Way, because we respect you. We appreciate you. We appreciate your content. I know you get after it every day, brother. And we just want you to know, hey, man, we love you. We are sending love your way. We are sending God your way. We are sending light your way.
All thoughts
We are
and prayers.
sending
Blessings,
prayers
y'all.
your way. And we just want you to be all right, man. You know what I mean? We just want you, because we respect you, Dixon Way. We really do. We appreciate you.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing about Terry, being on the channel too as well. Like, there's so much going on out here with Falcons, and we might miss topics and miss subject, but Terry's on beat with everything, right? So for fans that might say, hey, they didn't talk about this, or they didn't mention this, Terry probably has mentioned it behind the scenes, right? But for Terry tonight too as well to mention some heartful messages, to give some heartful messages to Uncle Steve. Of course, with his situation that he's dealing with, so thoughts and prayers to Uncle Steve, and of course to the Dixon Way too as well. You can see that he just subbed to as well to your channel, but the Dixon Way has a great channel when it comes to talking sports.
Yes, he
Very
does.
informational pieces that he gives out too as well. And he's a fan, right? So big shout out to the Dixon Way and your fam, everything you got going on over there too as well. Um, you mentioned Dixon. I mean, you mentioned Deboe Vibes. You're over there on the south side, right?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. All day. Clayton County. Yes,
So,
sir.
so Clayton County is over there close to the city of Forest Park too as well, correct?
Absolutely, bro. You already know. Yes.
So
Forest
we
Park.
have
Forest, the biggest city in Clayton County. Yes, sir.
that's great. That's great because we have an event coming up here. Just wanted to see if I can pop it up on the screen. I don't know if it's.
Jack, you got 4 minutes.
I got 4 minutes. All right, I got you. I'm gonna pop it up here on the
It's
screen.
a Easter.
Man,
Was it Easter egg Easter egg hunt? Is that what?
yep,
Spring Fest. Okay. All right.
yep.
All right.
Bring the family, bring the friends out, bring whoever you want to. Falcon fans, bring your jerseys, your gear, your football, spades table, whatever you want. We're gonna have a good time. Bring the kids out. The Easter egg hunt starts at 3 p.m. for all ages 12 and under. I told Terry, don't be out there trying to get them Easter eggs. It's for the kids. It's for the kids. City of Forest Park and Free Wishes Foundation presents the Spring Fest, April 19th, 12 through 5. Debo, I'm on your side of town, man. If you got some time on your hands, come on out, man. Let's have a good time. We can play some
Okay.
spades. We can talk some football, bring the camera. However, man, we can just have a great time. So for the fans here, if you want to volunteer too as well, y'all can come on out and volunteer. We have shirts. We're going to be giving back to the community. This is also, like I said, the City of Forest Park. They're going to be having their stuff going on. Maybe they might have their car show or whatever, but this is like a great event that they're going to be doing. They do it every year, and we're glad to be a part of it, the Rise Up Tour fan club. Always doing something to help out in the community. So we'll be out there, you know, having a great day. So for all you fans want to come out, come on out. Let's have a good time too as well. Terry, let's get to our shout outs. The time is ticking, Terry. No, it's good.
No, I got it, man. Hey, shout out
You
to
got it,
everybody
brother.
in the chat. No. We're gonna do it because I know you got to get it under 2 hours. Look, everybody in the chat, thank you. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you to God. Appreciate you. Thank you for waking me up. Everything you've done for me. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you to Jack and Eric Parker for giving my start in this business. Debo, thank you for appearing, brother. Appreciate you. See you Friday morning. You know how we do. Carrie, appreciate you. Jack, it's on you.
Hey, y'all. Chat is live. Chat is lit. You know how it is with a special guest. We try to get to all the comments. We try our best. But with a special guest, you know, we love talking Falcons football with the topics and everything. Y'all know how crazy it can get. But we're back Friday morning. I'm glad Terry mentioned it again. Breakfast with One Time for the Fan is at 9:30 this Friday. We're gonna have a great time. T Will has a show with Deboe Vibes before that, so you get a chance to see T Will twice. Really 3 times Friday. Really 4 times Friday. I get a chance to see him more than 4 times because he still got to fix the garage. I remember the other day I told him
Snap.
to get it done. I'm down to 1 minute though. Carrie's in the chat. Eric Parker's in the chat. Michael's in the chat. Y'all are just having a great time here talking Falcons football. Terry said, Michael said Terry counts his fries.
I do.
He,
I do.
He
Sure
counts
do.
his
That's right,
fries
damn
from
it.
McDonald's.
That's
Y'all
right.
remember that show.
30
Y'all
seconds,
just,
bro.
oh shit. Eric Parker says. Oh shit.
Oh, yeah.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Deboe Vibes. Y'all see the this young brother's doing great things. Go over there to his YouTube channel. Head over there to Twitter. Head over there X, whatever it is. I believe Elon's changed it to now.
Jack,
But
you got
please
30
support,
seconds. You got
like,
30
share,
seconds.
and subscribe. Man, we up out of here. One time for the fan, from the fan. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, from the fan, for the fan. Time to go drink some Tito's and watch some basketball, y'all. Rise up, everybody.